Afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining today as part of our Tier 1 Delivers webinar series. Today, we're going to be focusing on mobile for capital markets. I'm logged into Tier 1's mobile application on iPhone as user Dan Carling, who's on our US sales desk. And we're going to focus today on two main real-life situations for Dan. Preparing himself ahead of an upcoming meeting with Bracket Capital, and entering a call report to share the information about that meeting with his coverage team partners in real time. So I'm starting with our navigation menu, which can be accessed on the upper left-hand corner of the screen, the three lines. And you can see that Dan has a number of tasks that he can, or views that he can access very quickly. His lists, his accounts, contacts, recent call reports, and a couple of other ones that we'll jump into. I'm going to start with Dan's list view, and these lists mirror the lists that Dan has on his desktop application. So he has the core lists of his contacts and his accounts, as well as any custom lists that he's created for himself of either contacts or accounts. I'm going to dive into Dan's accounts. He covers 27 accounts for us here at Tier 1. And I'm going to focus on Bracket Capital today, where Dan is on his way into a meeting. So by pulling up the Bracket Capital account screen, we're able to access some information very quickly about the account itself. I can see when the last contact was made, that I, Dan, am the coverage person. Maybe we have a relationship manager. I can see how many call reports we've done year to date within the last 7 days or over the lifetime of the account. And these tiles are highly configurable, so we can create those goalposts of when you'd want to see the information according to your own preferences. You can see products that the account is interested in or does business with us in. The phone number is actionable, so if I want to give a ring over to Bracket's office to offer to bring some coffee up, or to let them know if I'm running a few minutes late, I can do that straight from our mobile application. I can see the description and some other pieces of information as well. In the blue bar in the middle of the screen, I'm also able to access different pieces of information about the account. I can quickly see the contacts that we have for the account. I can see the coverage that we have internally at Tier 1. So my sales partner on the account, Alistair, I can see that David Barkin is the sales trader. So I'm able to quickly see who I'd want to keep in the loop about key data points coming out of a meeting with Bracket. Another really helpful piece of information if you're heading into a meeting is to be able to access all the call reports that have been done at the account level with Bracket. And I can see that we've had some activity with them over the last week or two. And if I wanted to take a look at what we've been speaking with them about before heading into the meeting itself, I'm able to quickly access a call report and check out what has gone on. And so we can see here that we met with Cameron Hurst, who emailed us to let us know it was nice to speak with him. And I'm actually going to go back to the contact screen and pull up who we're meeting with today, which is the Chief Investment Officer, Greg Bracket. On the central tile here, I'm able to see Greg's title, his phone number, who's responsible for the relationship. So that's actually my coverage partner, Alistair, but since I'm in town today, I'm taking the meeting with Greg. I can see his most recent interests. So I know that Greg has been speaking to us about some of our macro research. He's also been interested in consumer staples and industrial sectors, and focused on Apple and Walmart at a company-specific level. I have his email here that I'm also able to action directly from my mobile device, or his phone number that I can action as well. I can see if the coverage on Greg is any different at a contact level. And you can see Alistair here is listed as the primary contact. And I can see recent call reports about stuff that we've been working on with Greg. So then I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead in our timeline and say we've now come out of the meeting with Greg. I've reopened my mobile app, and there's a couple of pieces of information that I want to share in real time with my coverage team partners. In the top right-hand corner of the screen, there's a 3 people icon with a plus sign, and that's going to open up a call report. And what I'm able to do is change the status to completed since we've just had the meeting. And I'm going to enter a subject that we spoke about, Apple. And Greg is interested in buying. And Greg shared with us that he's looking to get long Apple at some point in Q2 ahead of their Q3 print. I can add Apple as a topic so that from a consumption reporting standpoint, I can add Apple as a topic so that from a consumption reporting standpoint, the ticker will be selected for us when we see this interaction ahead of sending it back to Bracket for their broker vote. And I can quickly add notifications to my coverage team partners. So I'm going to select the add button and select add all in blue font on the account coverage level. You can see that's changed all of the folks on the account coverage team into italicized font, so I know they've been selected. And I'm going to go ahead and save and email this call report so that my coverage team is aware that Greg is looking to get long Apple in Q2, and we can stay on top of that as a coverage team. And now we can see that that call report has been sent and completed on today, May 8th. I'm going to go ahead now and switch over to our iPad view. And here in our iPad view, the first thing you'll notice is that because we have larger screen real estate, we've added in a calendar view, which is helpful if you're looking to track your upcoming meetings on either the upcoming month. I can switch to a weekly view. I can even look at a day if I'm traveling and have a handful of meetings that I'm going to be traveling from one to the next to the next. By accessing the main menu at the top left-hand corner of the screen, I'm able to see the same sequence of workflow available to me on iPad as there was on our mobile device. I'm going to go ahead and select this scheduled events option. And what this does for me is launches a taskbar at the top of the screen. You can see as it scrolls that it's showing me meetings that I have that are upcoming. I'm able to toggle through those manually, or they flow automatically. And I see here that May 5th, my meeting with James Black, our research analyst, came up. And that's because there was not a call report entered in association with this meeting. So what I'm able to do is access the call report button immediately. I can see that the event was completed. I can add any additional information that I want, and I can go ahead and send that out to my coverage team partners if I had additional details about that meeting to send. I'm going to quickly access our My Accounts view and show you that the Bracket Capital account information is the same here on iPad as it was on our mobile device. I can see historical call reports, including the one that we've just sent about our interaction with Greg, that he's interested in buying Apple.